Hey everybody, how's it going? Asa here with No Bones About Wrestling. Over, I think I'm supposed to point this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Wolf.
Yeah.
And that, what? Oh, I'm supposed to do this way. That's
Yeah, you
Willie.
did it that way. Yeah.
So, welcome everybody. Thank you. So this is the No Bones About Wrestling award show for 2024. I don't own a tuxedo, otherwise I would have worn it. Ironically. But I wasn't gonna rent one, it's just for a joke.
Yeah.
So, so here we are. So the three of us, we voted. We had 16 categories. We're gonna try not to take all night with it. Just maybe an hour, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little over. But the three of us voted, and Kay Fabulous voted. She's not joining us tonight, but she did vote in the awards. So yeah, let's get right to it. I guess we got a bunch of, like I said, a bunch of categories, and we're gonna go, for drama's sake, we're gonna go from kind of like the least important to the most important.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so, and then if you guys like after I announce it, if you guys want to say a word, feel free. Of course.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start off with announcer of the year, and we did. We all voted our top three, and then each one got a certain number of points. And then I went with the top 3 point getters. So that's how we did it here. So everybody had a say in it. All right. So announcer of the year, number 3, Michael Cole, WWE.
Oh, that was my number one.
Yeah, you're the only one who put it.
Are we talking like commentators? Like,
yeah. You asked me and I sent you that. It's okay.
I didn't know if you meant like
ring announcers can count as that too. Like
True.
100%.
Okay, well, I thought you were talking about like specifically ring announcers, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
When I got the category that said announcer, I was thinking just like commentator because you always hear the term announce table and something like that. So I was like,
I just for some reason thought only ring announcer. I was so yeah, wow, okay.
Sorry if that was not clear.
Yeah. I only picked the ring announcers. So
Dylan says, "Hey, Dylan, what's up?" He says, "I thought Wolf and Julia divorced. Why is he still in her house?"
They own 50% property. 50%.
That's a good question. So number 3, Michael Cole. Number 2, Tony Schiavone, AEW, been around forever. Finished second place, and the announcer of the year, Excalibur, AEW. You guys got anything to say?
I mean, that's fair. He was I think he was my number 3. But yeah, no, Excalibur does a very good job, 100%. I know he gets a lot of slack, but like in terms of AEW's sake, he is the life of that show. Like whenever he tries to commentate. So I will agree. Yeah, that's a very good announcer of the year.
Yeah. I feel like if I like actually like listed commentators, I probably would have put what's it called? One probably I would have put Michael Cole at number 1 and then Nigel at number 2 and then probably Excalibur at number 3. Yeah.
So I did
probably Excalibur.
I did Excalibur number 3, Joe Tessitore from Monday Night Raw at number 2.
I put Tessitore like number 3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him. I like him.
Yeah, I put
because I only put ring announcers. I did Samantha Irvin at number 1, Justin Roberts at number 2, and Alicia Taylor at number 3.
You're probably the only one who went like specifically ring announcer.
He is, yes. He is. All right. Next up, manager of the year. And Dylan says, with all that Tony Khan money, you should get your own place, Wolf.
God damn it, Wolf. TK doesn't pay all that well, I guess.
Yeah, Wolf always seems to know what's going to happen on AEW. That's what Dylan means there. All right, manager of the year. Number 3, Paul Heyman, WWE.
Nice man.
Number 2, Don Callis from AEW. Definitely had some good guys this year. Very hated. And number 1, I think everyone knows, Prince Nana, yeah, AEW, won Manager of the Year. I think everybody voted him first except Willie, I think.
Yeah, he was my number 3. I did. Yeah, everyone in my top 3 got it, like made the cut, but I did Paul Heyman number 1. I did Don Callis number 2. I did Prince Nana number 3.
I only put Paul Heyman at number 3 because he was out for like half the year.
Fair.
All right. Indie Wrestler of the Year. We're really blowing through them here, but like I said, we're just whatever. I just want to give out the awards. We don't need to keep people all night.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you all?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. Like I said, feel free to say whatever you want. You know, there's no time limit, but
Yep.
yeah. Indie Wrestler of the Year, number 3, Zilla Fatu, who I saw in person just about 6 weeks ago. Very good big man. Definitely, definitely deserves it. Number 2, Speedball Mike Bailey. The only they them on the that got any votes tonight. Just an interesting fact.
Representation is
Right.
important.
Right. Yeah, and we had one, but whatever. There aren't that many in wrestling, so is he the only one?
Abaddon is they them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't even know that fact.
I think I've heard that before.
I didn't even know Mike Bailey would count.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's up with that, but yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And number 1, he's been kind of the president of wrestling this year, president of indie wrestling. Mustafa Ali, very good. I saw him twice live, and he was the match of the night both times. I saw him against a guy named Diego Hill from here in North Carolina, and I saw him against Matt Riddle, and that match was awesome. Ali versus Riddle, very, very good.
Yeah,
Ali's very good.
Ali has definitely stepped up, and he showed everyone what he's made of with his TNA work and everything in the indies. Yeah, I really like how Ali has stepped up after his unfortunate release.
Yeah, he's like a different wrestler.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Honestly, at the way things are going for him, I would not be surprised if people treat Ali as like the best indie wrestler, like since like Matt Cardona. Like, is it like replace Matt Cardona as like the top
indie god?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say is we had a couple votes for Matt Cardona, but he did not make the top 3, which is it's a little different from most people because he is seen, like Wolf just said, seen kind of as the indie god.
That's why I voted him.
Yeah, Willie voted him.
I put him at number 3.
Yeah.
But I think just this year specifically, Ali and Zilla have had such big years. Like, they definitely need that.
Yeah, I also did Nick Nemeth, even though he's TNA. Like, some people might consider that an indie.
That's Dolph Ziggler, right?
Yeah,
former Dolph Ziggler. Okay, I didn't know he was in TNA. Honestly, I know
he's the world champion over there. Yeah, he's the world champ over there.
Yeah,
it shows you how much I know about TNA. Well, good for him. I saw him live too, and very good. You know, a lot of these guys are just different wrestlers once they get out of WWE. You know, and they can do their own thing. Most improved. And this is for men and women. Number 3, Harley Cameron, AEW.
Yeah.
Very improved, very entertaining part of their shows. Number 2, Nia Jax, WWE.
I consider her.
Current, what's the name of her belt?
WWE Women's Champion.
WWE Women's Champion.
And the other one's called
Women's World.
Champion? Women's World? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And number 1, I just started watching WWE again. If you don't usually watch us. And most improved wrestler of the year, Kyle Fletcher, AEW. I think that's
deserved.
Very much deserved, especially
for
me. Yeah.
Go ahead. In the span of a year, he's managed to have incredible matches with the likes of Swerve, MJF, Bryan, Kenny Omega, well, kind of towards the end of last year, but He's beaten Osprey clean. He's beaten Okada. Like that, it's huge. It's a huge year for Kyle Fletcher, and it's clear that Kyle Fletcher is going to be a top guy in AEW.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised in 2025 we start talking about Kyle Fletcher as AEW World Champion.
Oh yeah, I mean
Like when is that going to happen?
he needs to develop his character a little more. I feel like it's not really clear what exactly the character is. Besides, he's mean.
He's grasping
he needs a little more. Needs a little more than that.
Right.
But yeah, comeback of the year, and this is one. The votes were all over the place for this one.
I just thought of whatever.
Yeah. Number 3, Kenny Omega at World's End, who he did not wrestle, but it was a big comeback.
It was a return.
Number 2, and I'm sure a lot of people would think this would be the winner, but he didn't win. Number 2, The Rock returning to WWE. And the comeback of the year is actually it's a tie. MJF and Adam Cole returning at Wrestle Dream. So that's the only tie we had.
Yeah.
Most hated wrestler of the year, and I don't know. This could be either kayfabe or not. However you wanted to go with it.
I focus entirely on kayfabe.
So wait, which one are we doing? Most hated?
Most hated.
All right. My number 1 pick was mostly just based on how what's it called? Everyone kind of feels towards him, like actually feels towards him, but like the other 2 are like kayfabe.
Yeah,
all mine are kayfabe.
That's kind of the way I went too, Wolf. That's pretty much. So number 3, Kyle Fletcher, AEW. Ooh, that was a surprise to me, but yeah, number 3. Number 2, Dominic Mysterio of Judgment Day in WWE. And the most hated wrestler of the year, Chris Jericho in AEW.
Yep. I completely overshadowed Jericho.
Yep.
Please retire.
Which is so rude, but I still, although I did one time at a WWE show, the Big Show was in the fucking main event. I had like 3rd row seats, and I was like, fucking goddamn, the Big Show's in the main event, and I did yell, "Big Show, retire already!" But I would not do that nowadays. That was many years ago. But yeah, so that's rude. But nonetheless, fans can say whatever they want to say. But I still like Chris Jericho. I think he can still go. And I think it's so cool that he used all that hate and heat to make a new character. He is the best wrestler at reinventing himself there has ever been, no doubt. I think. But yeah, so he got it. And yeah, I think most of that was, non-kayfabe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. For most hated wrestler of the year to most popular wrestler of the year. So number 3, Joe Hendry of NXT. Number 2,
mainly TNA, but
TNA was at his NXT was at his peak.
He's in NXT now, right?
No, he's in TNA still.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I put him at number 1 because they literally everywhere was having like "We Believe in Joe Hendry," like baseball games, restaurants, churches, even church signs literally had "We Believe in Joe Hendry." I'm like, yeah, Joe Hendry has to be in there. Like,
I missed all that. I saw it on the internet how people were really into him, but that was it. I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah.
Number 2, one of the, if not the top merchandise seller in WWE this year. I'm not sure of the exact rankings, but number 2 is Jey Uso of WWE.
Yep.
And the most popular wrestler of the year, Cody Rhodes, the WWE Undisputed Champion, most popular of the year. What do you guys think?
I thought it was a given.
Fair. Completely fair. Jay has been getting huge reactions all the year basically. And not to mention, like at Survivor Series, he comes out of after CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and gets the whole crowd at Survivor Series like eating, and that kind of tells you how popular he is. Cody,
Yeah, I picked Jay. I picked Jay Uso.
yeah. I thought I put Jay at number 1 and Joe Hendry at number 2, but I was like, no. With Joe Hendry being like everywhere, like even people who aren't really connected to wrestling necessarily, like they're singing Joe Hendry's song. Like I had to put Joe Hendry at number 1.
What's the song go? You want to give us a few bars, Wolf?
Oh no.
Oh God, no!
I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's like it's mainly like the first part, which is like, they go say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry, and then they clap, and then
London.
You say we have beers? Is that what you said?
No.
And he
No.
appears.
And he appears. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I've not seen the guy ever, so I really
He's
I have no
very
idea.
funny. He's
I've seen
awesome.
pictures, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know there were rumors he was coming to WWE, but I don't know if that how true any of that is.
They're
Yeah,
teasing he's going to Raw on Netflix.
Yeah, he'll show up on Raw and Netflix. But after his contract, I think, ends like late January or going into February. But I don't know. I still think that he probably should stay in TNA and get that TNA World Title, because what are we doing if we're not giving him the World Title, given how over he is? But yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
All right, faction of the year. Number 3, they changed a lot, but they came in third. Judgment Day in WWE. Number 2, maybe my most. I didn't vote for them for faction of the year, but they're the one I like the best, personally. The Wyatt Six in WWE, and the faction of the year, the Death Riders in AEW.
Yes,
definitely. I think so. Yeah, they've altered the top of the card, definitely in AEW, and the middle of the card too, with the trios belts.
they're drenched in gold. Besides
Yeah.
Marina Shafir,
Right. Which the trios belts, hopefully they'll make a reappearance now that the Continental Classic's over.
Yeah.
That would be nice. All right, feud of the year, and there were some good ones this year for sure. Number 3, Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline. Not a super long feud, but definitely like was very hot for what, like 2 months.
Yeah, it was peak entertainment at that time.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, WWE, which led to one of the, what a lot of people think was one of the best matches of the year. But surprisingly, I'm not going to do match of the year next. Did not come in our top 3 in match of the year. Although I know Willie, you voted for it for first place, didn't you?
Match of the year, I voted Punk and McIntyre.
Don't spoil it. Punk and McIntyre?
I voted for it, but
was it first place? Do you remember?
Second.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so that's number 2 feud, Punk and McIntyre, and feud of the year, Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland in AEW, where Hangman burned down his house while drinking whiskey. I mean, that was a no-brainer for me. And those two had a fucking crazy, 2 crazy matches this year, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, we saw a syringe go through Swerve's cheek and just blood everywhere. And Hangman got hanged, right?
I
That
think
was Full Gear
actually
last
no.
year.
I think
That was last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think what happened was they had blood and guts. They were in blood and guts against each other,
And they both
and then they
both
the
challenged
1-on-one.
Samoa Joe for the world title at Revolution before that.
Right.
Right.
I was there.
Yep.
That was the end of the story. All right, pay-per-view of the year. There were some damn good ones this year.
For sure.
Number 3, AEW World's End, which we just did a watch along for last week, was excellent. A lot of good matches on it. Number 2, the one we just mentioned, AEW Revolution, which saw, of course, Takeshita versus Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay's first match in AEW.
Sting's last match.
Exactly. Saw the three-way title match that was just mentioned. Some good stuff, great stuff at that show. Sold out crowd, one of AEW's biggest crowds in the US this year, of like, I forget exactly how many. It was like at least 18,000. The arena holds 22,000, but I don't think they had it for that many seats. The biggest arena on the East Coast, actually, Greensboro Coliseum. Indoor arena. And number 1, pay-per-view of the year, WrestleMania 40 got the win. Saw Cody Rhodes finally win the fucking world title.
About time.
Was that night 2 or night 1?
I just put them together. Yeah, I put
That's
them
what I did too.
both
That's
nights
fair.
together.
Night 1 also had some good.
What else happened? I haven't seen the whole WrestleMania
Sami
yet.
Zayn beat Gunther's ended record long reign of Gunther.
Nice.
What's got LA Knight versus AJ Styles.
We saw the Usos fight, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Jim, the worst match of WrestleMania.
And I saw that. That was not good.
It was not good. No.
Damian Priest cashed in Money in the Bank on Drew McIntyre to win the world title.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Drew just
okay.
won the belt.
Bailey versus Io Sky.
Rhea versus Becky.
Becky versus Rhea.
Six
And
pack
what-
ladder match for the tag titles.
Had The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth Rollins night
Yes.
1.
Yep. Yeah, very good stuff.
I'm looking forward to finishing it. Like I said, I've only seen the only 2 matches I saw were the Usos fighting and the main event, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I did watch that, but I'm gonna watch. I started watching it today, so I'm gonna watch the rest. I didn't get very far, but I'm gonna watch the rest of it.
Kind of a sleeper match. Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dominic.
Nice. I like all 4 of those guys. That sounds awesome. All right, breakout star of the year. This one had a bunch of different people mentioned by the 4 of us. Number 3, the Outrunners in AEW.
Ooh, I didn't
One
think
more,
of that.
one of the more entertaining tag teams to come along in a while. Number 2, my boy, who is currently injured. Man, put on some amazing matches on Collision. Hologram, number 2.
Yeah.
And breakout star of the year, I believe he won the Intercontinental title. Braun Breaker, Rick Steiner's son in WWE.
Yep. 2-time Intercontinental Champion this year, actually.
2-time. Okay,
Yep.
I have seen him wrestle, and yeah, he's pretty damn good. He's better than his
special.
dad. He's better
He's
than his
very-
dad.
For sure. Yeah. He's better than, I'd say, his uncle, too.
No.
Yeah. Honestly.
Big Papa Plump.
Well, more so the rate he's going. He's going to be better than his
Big
uncle.
Daddy.
But yeah, he's special. He's real good. The way he is so explosive and so fast, like the way, and it's just so smooth. Like it's like he was born for it, which I guess he was.
Yeah, definitely.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year. We got, including this, we have 5 categories left. Speeding through them, but that's fine. We don't need to belabor any points or anything. Rookie of the year, number 3, Oba Femi. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. WWE.
That was my number 1.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, and we were counting for Rookie of the Year. We didn't mean people in their first year in the business. We meant people in the first year at like a higher like WWE, TNA, NXT, AEW, stuff like that.
I
Interesting.
was like looking up rookies.
I was thinking that like for what's it called, breakout kind of. It's like that's where they got to like the next
Oh,
level.
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
But rookie, I was just thinking more like people debuted and or like actually got started properly getting pushed on TV
Yeah.
instead of just from catering.
Well, that's kind of
but
it. It's finally getting pushed on TV.
I was having a little trouble, but then I thought, oh wait, hologram debuted on AEW.
Exactly. And he's number 2, hologram. And number 1, rookie of the year, Jacob Fatu of WWE.
Should have thought of that.
Yep. Main eventing every pay-per-view since his debut.
Oh,
wow,
wow.
I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, he
single
did.
pay-per-view since his debut, he's main evented.
When did he debut?
It's around like after
May, June.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, before I think
Hey, that's
between.
something.
Actually, no, before Money in the Bank. Before Money.
Yeah,
in the
so
Bank.
it was May.
So yeah, something like that. May or no, Money in the Bank was like July. So yeah, June. I think
June.
he debuted.
All right. Congratulations to him. There were a lot of Fatus. Could have been, or a lot of Bloodline members. Could have been easy to mix them up, I think. But Jacob Fatu won. I'm sorry. I'm just sick of the Bloodline personally.
No, I
but
love
anyway,
Solo so much that like it's so amazing. He's just been so good, and what's it called? Like it's like he's on a different level. I'd say like right now he is probably the best like Samoan in WWE right now.
no, you're really big on him.
Sure, yeah. Like minus like The Rock, of course, but
I am interested to see what happens with Paul Heyman in the Bloodline. I'm curious to see that.
I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Something's gonna happen. It has to.
Oh yeah.
Tag team of the year. Number 3, the Outrunners, AEW. Had a great year. Haven't lost in quite a bit now, and several months. I don't think. No, I'm wrong. But they have been on a roll. They've been super popular. And at one point, we're the number 1 merchandise sellers in AEW. I know that. Number 2, Nathan Fraser and Axiom, TNA.
NXT.
Oh, and, I'm sorry. I wrote the wrong thing. I knew that. I'm sorry. NXT. And I know Axiom, did he used to have another name?
Kid.
Okay.
Also from NXT. He's not left NXT, but yes.
Okay. And tag team of the year. 2 of us put them first place. 2 of us didn't vote for them at all. But they won. Sting and Darby Allin, even though they were only around for like.
I didn't even think of that.
Didn't even think because they didn't team very long. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna count them.
Yeah.
Like
They were only
the
around
other
for, like,
teams
what,
I
like-
mentioned were Bianca and Jade, and then
Yeah.
What's it called? ABC.
I did DIY number 3. I did Motor City Machine Guns, WWE and TNA number 2, and I did Axiom and Nathan Frazier number 1.
All right, we got 3 left: match of the year, female wrestler of the year, and male wrestler of the year. So I know there will be some debate on the match of the year here.
Really?
Number 3. Well, 3 of us put the same match, so there may be some debate on number 2 and number 3. Actually, the 3 of us all put the same match.
Well, in mine and Wolf's Award show, we agreed on the one
On this one.
on match of the year.
Oh yeah, this is the only. I think this is the only one. I don't think this is the only one the 3 of us agreed on. I think.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's probably the one we're thinking of then.
Yeah, K Fabulous picked a different match. But anyways, number 3, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, the main event of WrestleMania 40 that featured everyone in the fucking world interfering.
It was Avengers Endgame in WWE.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but yes, that's exactly what it was. And it was fun as hell to watch. It was convoluted, it was ridiculous, but it was a lot of fun for sure. Number 2, I don't think any of us put a specific time, but I have Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher, number 2. So I don't know. I guess we're just putting them all together.
Probably Full Gear.
I would probably say World's End was slightly better than Full Gear.
I would go World's End. Yeah, K Fabulous.
I intentionally did not pick one.
Oh,
I loved all of them equally.
she was counting them. Yeah, she was counting them all.
Fair enough.
I would go with World's End also, though. And the match of the year, Will Ospreay versus the now retired from full time Bryan Danielson at
Dynasty.
Thank you.
AEW Dynasty.
AEW Dynasty. Yeah.
Such a great match.
So yeah, it was like unreal, like easily the best match I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Oh,
Yeah, I can say that without question.
it was excellent.
It just proves that Bryan is like the best wrestler, like one of like if not the best wrestler, like of all time in my opinion. Ospreay is also so good. Like, yeah, it's just
Wow.
this was truly
He
special.
wasn't even the best wrestler in that match, Wolf. I gotta tell you. I mean, I love Bryan Danielson. Don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying
I
he's
mean,
no Will Ospreay.
Bryan Danielson, I would say, is the better wrestler of the two.
Wow.
I would also.
And I
think
believe what
Bryan
I'm
is-
hearing right now.
He is the
I
better
love
wrestler.
Will, but once again, Bryan is just truly special. Like, I don't think there's gonna be anyone like him.
I agree with that, but Will Ospreay's more special. All right, we got 2 left here: female wrestler of the year and male wrestler of the year. Female wrestler of the year, 3rd place, Mariah May, current world champion in AEW. Number 2, Liv Morgan, currently the
Women's
What's
world
called?
champion.
women's world champion in WWE. And Steven says Mariah. I think he's saying for wrestler of the year, for female wrestler of the year. He said it's rigged. No. And female wrestler of the year, I think this one, to me, it was obvious. It was not a unanimous pick, but Toni Storm, AEW,
Yeah,
female wrestler of the year.
she was my number 2.
She, if we were putting them together, even the males and females, she would have been in my top 3. So
Yeah.
just had an amazing year, amazing character, and we're gonna see some new stuff from her in 2025. It looks like so. Very cool that she didn't just
technically-
just rest on that character. Keep it for years.
Technically, Toni Storm should win Rookie of the Year too.
Hey, Fabulous. Hey, Fabulous voted for her for Rookie of the Year.
My one and only.
I voted for her for 3rd place in Rookie of the Year. But nobody, you 2 didn't vote for her, so she did not make the
I
cut.
should have kept up with the joke because it would have been super funny.
Yeah. Steven says male wrestler Kyle Fletcher. I don't know.
Whoa, that's a stretch.
I don't know if it's a stretch, but he did not make the top 3.
Yeah.
No.
Number 3, and they're 3 good guys. I don't agree with the order, but this is what the votes say. So number 3, Swerve Strickland, AEW, definitely had a fantastic year. Just broke out, won the world title, and is still super over. What else can you say about the guy? And was in the feud of the year. And he had the manager of the year. So just a great year for Swerve.
Big year for Swerve.
Number 2, who personally I consider the best wrestler in the world right now, just in ring. Will Ospreay, AEW, 2nd place.
I didn't even put him in my top 3.
Oh man, that's messed up.
I put Will at 3, Swerve at 2.
Yeah. Okay, and the male wrestler of the year. It may be obvious at this point, but it is.
Yeah.
Dylan said Dylan said Will Ospreay's trash. No, he's just trolling.
Well, either me or Will Ospreay. You got to be more specific.
He was there. He was there with us. He bought us the tickets to go see Revolution when we saw Ospreay versus Takeshita. So he knows. He knows the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Dylan. And male wrestler of the year, Cody Rhodes, WWE Undisputed Champion for what, 9 months now.
Yeah, 260, 70 something days.
Long enough to have a baby with the belt.
Yeah. I number 3, I put Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
He's had a good
I would have
year.
put him like 4.
Yeah.
Cage.
Yeah. Dylan says Brian Cage or Christian Cage?
Well, he probably thought I picked Christian Cage as number 1 for wrestler of the year.
Cage.
Okay.
Oh,
my
Christian
dad.
Cage. Christian Cage is
Probably.
Dylan's daddy.
He's gonna have this pretty soon, Dylan.
All right, so I'm going to run
Christian
through them just real quick, just one more time. Announcer of the year, Excalibur, AEW. Manager of the year, Prince Nana, AEW. Mustafa Ali, Indie Wrestler of the Year, everywhere. Most Improved, Kyle Fletcher, AEW. Comeback of the Year, MJF and Adam Cole, AEW. Most Hated, Chris Jericho, AEW. A lot of AEW. Most Popular, Cody Rhodes, WWE. Faction of the Year, the Death Riders, AEW. Feud of the Year, Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland, AEW. Pay-per-view of the year, WrestleMania 40. Breakout Star of the Year, Braun Breaker, WWE. Rookie of the Year, Jacob Fatu, WWE. Tag Team of the Year, Undefeated, Sting and Darby Allin, AEW. Match of the Year, Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson at AEW Dynasty. Female Wrestler of the Year, Toni Storm, AEW. Male Wrestler of the Year, Cody Rhodes, WWE. And let's see, Steven says comeback of the year should have been Orton. He came
That was
back
last
and
year.
he wasn't even taking any
Last year,
bumps.
sorry.
Last year.
Yeah, he wasn't. Oh, it was last year. Okay.
We're
But when he came back, he wasn't even taking any bumps. So come on. Come on.
Not to mention,
Man, I can't believe he came
the
back.
same night was CM Punk.
I had the same surgery as Randy Orton, and I don't fucking fall down on anything. So I can't believe he came back at all.
It was against the advice of his doctors and his father.
Right. It was against the advice of his doctors and his father. They all said retire, but he's still around. So, so everybody, that's the award show. So thank you for watching. Willie Wolf, thank you for voting. K Fabulous is in the room, but not on camera. So thank you for voting, Kay. We appreciate it.
Can I give you an impromptu category?
I guess.
Weapon of the year.
Weapon of the year.
Yeah. We saw some cool weapons this year.
Needle.
A lot of different categories than other people. I feel like that's a unique category.
Weapon of the year.
Needle.
Needle. Yeah, syringe to the cheek.
I go with bag of friendship bracelet beads.
She said bag of friendship bracelet beads.
It's fair.
Anyway, so everybody, thank you for watching. I'm going to go over real quick what we're doing in the next couple days. Tomorrow night, 10:55 p.m., Wrestle Dynasty watch along. Drink your coffee, drink your energy drinks, not too many, or you'll die. But we're going to be up till fucking, who knows, 2:30 in the morning. At least I will. So that's going to be a good time. Great card for the show. Sunday at 8, Wolf and I are doing WWE Weekly, where obviously we talk about the past week in WWE. We'll be talking about Raw and SmackDown, and obviously we'll be previewing the first Raw on Netflix. Monday night, we're doing a watch along for the first Raw on Netflix, 7:55 p.m., 5 minutes before it starts. Tuesday night, K Fabulous and I do AEW Weekly at 7. Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite watch along at 7:55. Hopefully, with all four of us.
Yep, I would say so.
And next Thursday, we're gonna do a retro pay-per-view watch along. I don't know what yet. It will either be a sold out or a Royal Rumble. I'm not sure.
If it's a Royal Rumble, I'll be there, man. I got all the
awesome.
Royal
Okay.
Rumbles. I can watch all the
We'll do a
Royal
Royal Rumble then. Yeah, we'll do a Royal Rumble. I'll pick the year. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, you could pick the year.
Okay.
It will be a new pay-per-view for me. I haven't watched any of the old Royal Rumbles, so
Yeah,
it'll
you know I'm
be
gonna pick an old one.
yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you for watching. The schedule I just said is on X, it's on Facebook, it's on Blue Sky. I'm going to mention one more thing. We're doing a big giveaway. We reached over 2,000 followers on X. Thank you. So just you can go on X, Blue Sky, Facebook. You can enter on all three. You can get 3 entries. You get, if you win, you get a sky blue signed photograph. You get a Darby Allin plush doll, a Darby Allin makeup kit. Claudio Castagnoli micro brawler, an Excalibur micro brawler, and
Jungle Boy.
thank you, Jungle Boy Jack Perry micro brawler. Someone's getting all that fun AEW stuff. It's all brand new. So yeah, just go and enter.
And a note from the 2 of us.
And a heartfelt note from the 2 of us, apparently. Me and K Fabulous. So everybody, thank you for watching, and yeah, have a great night. Thank you. If you have your own awards you want to give out, to do it on social media. I would love to see our viewers what they have to say too.